If there's one thing men are gonna do every single time, it's disappoint. I've went on a date after not dating for a couple months, and the date went really well. We got along really well. We have mutual friends, all that jazz. He said he wanted to see me again tonight before I leave Copenhagen, and I've been ghosted. So, as expected, honestly. I don't know why I ever think it's ever gonna change, but it just makes me sad that I get excited even for a small period of time. So, on to the next, I guess. Or another break, I don't know.
The game has changed for women. We're no longer in the old days of chase me and I'll give you a chance. Now men have more options. You also have to invite. You also have to make plans. You also have to put in effort and not expect him to do everything. Like the woman you'll see in this video, complaining about dating in 2026. By 2030, 50% of women will be single. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Let's begin.
Never trust what a guy says to you the first 3 months of him trying to woo you. Those motherfuckers, they will just say whatever needs to be said to secure the bag. I remember one of my early boyfriends years ago, he told me, he like convinced me in like the first couple months that we were dating, I was like talking about like, oh, I want to like take these dance classes, like would you do them with me? He was like, yeah, like I think that would be so fun, like I would definitely be down. We obviously never ended up doing it, but anyways, like we would go on vacations together, and there would be like discos on these vacations, and I would always be like, can you come up here, like I want to dance, like let's go dance. And I would get like, we would actually get into fights about it. I like wouldn't talk to him all night because bro just would not come up and dance with me. And then there was like even one point where there actually was like a dance class I really wanted him to come with me to. He was like, I'm absolutely not coming to one of your dance classes. And I was like, I just don't get it, because when we first started talking, you were so gung-ho about going to these dance thingies with me, and like you were seeming like so open-minded about it. Like what happened? Like why are you so closed-minded now? And he literally admitted to me, he was like, I was literally just saying what I needed to say to get you. I was never gonna do these dance classes with you. I was never interested in doing that with you. If you wanted a guy that dances, I'm not that guy. I was like, you couldn't have told me this before we fucking committed to a multi-year relationship. Like, it's just like they'll say whatever they need to say to bamboozle you. And this isn't even like the only story I got. Like so many things these guys will say to you in the beginning that they absolutely do not mean. I actually had like somebody recently tell me about something, and I was like calling them out on it. I'm like, what? But you said like when we first started dating, like you said, and they were like, no, actually, like I only said that because I was just like trying to continue seeing you. I was like, holy fuck, like you guys are legitimate liars. Anyways, so take everything that they say with a grain of salt and actually see if they go through with it with their actions, because that's the only thing that you can fucking trust with these guys.
Things that guys do that are for girls only.
A little ironic, isn't it, that some women seem to think gender roles are perfectly acceptable as long as they're gatekeeping things that are only for the girls.
Complaining about how much things cost.
Well, considering most women think that guys should pay for everything involving dates, they absolutely have every right to complain if something is too expensive in their opinion.
Because what do you mean? Oh my gosh, this steak costs $60.
I would have to agree. I would say that $60 for a steak is a bit exorbitant, but how are they going to try to twist this?
Buddy, do you have an idea of how much the foundation on my face costs?
No. Women wear makeup for themselves, remember? So whose fault is it anyway that someone paid that much money to look a certain way, just for themselves?
Get your wallet out and pay the bill!
How elegant some women are. Can't imagine why so many guys are choosing to remain single.
Gotcha, bitch!
No, this is like my very hot take about coffee dates and walking dates, which I consider auditioning for men, especially if you're meeting them from a dating app. That's a very low barrier to entry of even getting your attention.
And I know it's bold of me to talk like this, just getting back from the gym and being sweaty, but like, think about it. He didn't have to get the guts to talk to you. He didn't have to strategize, come up with a cute line. What did he have to do? Send a like like your photo, and then what did you do? Did you match with him and then message him first? Because I don't do that. If a guy, I don't send likes to men. I open up my dating app every day. I see who's liking me. And then if I'm interested, I match with them, and then it's their move. You now have permission to interact with me. I'm showing interest. I've dropped my handkerchief for you, sir. And come correct or don't come at all, right? And from there, I'm not going on a walk date. I'm not going on a coffee date. In my view, those are men deciding if you're worth going on a real date. And a real date doesn't have to be dinner. Talk to me, get to know me. I like art, take me to the art museum. We both like video games, take me to an arcade. Let's go on a picnic. You put my favorite foods there. I'll go to dinner. You know, like, he has to be trying to get you, not taking you for a walk like you're a dog or saying, let's go grab a coffee. So he could sit you down in front of him and be like, do I like this girl enough to try to impress her? You've got it backwards. It's backwards. That's not how it's supposed to be. Women have all the power right now. We're financially independent. We can have jobs. We have community with other women. We can go to therapy. We're taking care of ourselves. We have passions. We have hobbies. We have interests. Our dating experience with men is going to be whatever we want it to be. And we all need to get on the same page about that. Like, to me, the craziest thing is to see women complain about men and dating and then agree to the most low effort date. Men will always need us. I will always have what a man wants. You will always have what a man wants. Like, we really don't need them unless they're making yourself and your life, not yourself, unless they're making your life better and bringing joy and wooing you and romance and passion and whatever else you want. Otherwise, you don't need it. So whatever we all want, they're gonna rise to that demand. They're gonna rise to that. Right? And if they're we're going to get AI robots, perfect. Because we don't want men that aren't willing to put in the effort anyways, right? So let's get all get on the same page about this for 2026. Thank you.
Stop it. Get some help.
The first rule when it comes to making a woman fall in love is telling her what she wants to hear, or letting her talk, listening, and then you talk. That's how it works. Of course, along the way he'll tell a lie or two, but that doesn't change the fact that you like liars who tell you what you want to hear. Which makes me think you don't like men who disagree with you. A $60 steak is expensive, even more so for a first date that he has to pay for, just to meet someone that may possibly lead to nothing. That's just the main course. If she orders wine or something else, that bill will be even higher. That thing about men being whatever you want them to be. So if you have that much power, why are you still single in 2026? The first thing is that these women don't understand that a coffee date is to get to know each other, to talk. I don't see anything wrong with something like a museum or an arcade. But you want to be entertained, not to get to know him, which is the point of the date. Besides, that thing about hobbies and friendships, men have that too. The men you're looking for are also winners who have their money. Those men are more valuable than you, because there are more women like you than high-value men. So that idea that you have the power, you're already past 30, still single. More than powerful, what shows is the lack. Brother.
So I haven't dated anybody in a while, okay? I went to the bar this past weekend and, I met somebody and they were like, I want to get to know you. And I'm like, okay, if that's what you choose to do, sure. Fine. So yeah, I gave them my IG and then after talking in the IG, I was like, okay, well, why don't you just text me like a normal person? And so then they waited 7 hours to text me and then I texted them back and then they waited another 9 hours to text me. And then I responded to them and I said, hey, at the rate that we're going, it's going to take you about 7 years to get to know me. And unfortunately, I'm 30 years old, almost. And I have shit that I need to do. Okay. I'm trying to get these eggs cracked, babies in the cradle. And this just isn't working for me. I had such a great time. And I hope you have a great weekend. Yeah, I know. I think at this point, I need to be on Married at First Sight. Love is Blind. Just kidding. Unless, nah. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Maybe Love is Blind or 90 Day Fiance. Honestly, I'm leaning really heavy on the 90 Day Fiance.
It's 2026. I turned 30 this year. So we're going to go over my dating non-negotiables for the year because It's a strict one. Time is running out. Using Snapchat. I barely use it. I don't think you should use it. I use it to strictly keep up to date with my nephews and my niece. Really died. So let's continue. Your IG following looks like a model casting list. It includes if you are following anyone that you've ever hooked up with, kissed, met on a trip that you still come in contact with and or you liked or had something with, or any exes or ex-situationships. No. If your friends are cheaters, no. I cannot have them influencing you to cheat on me. Plain and simple. If you don't have discipline, this comes within your daily routine, definitely your work. If you are not disciplined or driven to work, can't do it. No, thank you. If you don't FaceTime me, I'm not a huge texter. I would FaceTime and rather you FaceTime me all day at the end of the day to catch up on our day. Like, let's just communicate through FaceTime and like maybe check-ins here and there. Like, rude to service industry employers. I also work in the service industry part-time, so you will respect them. And if you don't, not happening. You don't have style. Don't follow the sidewalk rule and or the men leading from behind so you could see everything in front of me so like I feel safe. Okay? That. You don't take your health seriously. Like I want you to want to work out. I want you to want to biohack. Like I want you to better yourself every day. I want you to stay healthy, especially if you're going to be long term. Like I want you to stay around to see my children grow up, like our children grow up, you know? I don't think that's too much to ask for. Location sharing. I will share my location if you share your location. You're not sharing the location, you're not getting my location. I'm okay with it to an extent. If it starts to become a problem, then no, not happening. We're not doing it. You don't plan dates. I think that's common sense. It's like the bare minimum. Hanging with girls that I've never met. If there's someone that you're like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my friends, and it's like a girl friend that I've never met before, not happening, or I have to meet her. That's that. Situationships. No, I'm not doing that, and I expect you to not be in any contact with any of your former situationships, and I will play by those same rules. Easy. Posting stories of your location. Now, you can post stories of you and you can post stories of when you're on a trip, but if you're just like at the gym at like 5 a.m., why are you posting that? Who do you want to see that? Posting is for the girls. Say whatever you want about it, but that's just me. You really don't need to be doing it. Telling me what to wear. Unless you want to match, you're not telling me what I can and can't wear. No, because that just shows insecure. If you raise your voice at me, don't do it. I won't do it if you don't do it. I bring a problem or a concern to you. That is not an attack. That is my feelings. And I will not expect you to raise your voice at me. The second you do, no, done. Disrespectful to my friends and or my family. Not happening. You don't like them, you don't like me, and we don't need to be together. And if you smoke too much trees, green, and or cigarettes or vapes. Another thing that goes with being rude to service industry people. If you tell me that you don't like that I'm a bottle girl, either provide, or don't tell me that because I work that job to live the lifestyle that I live. And if you have a problem with that, you can't find a solution for it. Sorry, I'm gonna keep doing it. If you want to hear any more of my dating non-negotiables, let me know, I'll do part 2, but this is just like the starter, the very plain, simple, by the book type thing.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Did you hear her well when she said, I'm almost 30? She's desperate. The guy knew it. He smelled your desperation. That's why he didn't want to continue. He wanted to get to know you without pressure, but you're out here looking for a ring before turning 30. No man wants to be with a woman who's desperate to get married, unless he wants to be her financial insurance, especially without even knowing this woman. Also, did you see how ridiculous the list from this second woman is? At minimum, she'll have to build that man, because the guy who meets all those requirements at least lives in the 90s, where there was no modern technology, completely disconnected from the system. The ironic part of all this is that she has so many problems with social media, but you tell her to stop using Instagram and you'll see how she dumps you, because she prefers the hundreds of men who follow her more than maintaining a relationship with you.
Women.
I'm done dating in 2026. Like, I'm literally done dating. The reason why I'm done dating is because it's too many expectations. It's too many standards. It's too many, if you don't do this, then I'm not doing this. Or if you can't do this, then I don't need to do this. Or it's just too much. I feel like everyone has been hurt. And I feel like everyone is just like, it's just too much. I feel like it's too many rules to dating now. Like, it's like if a guy or a woman isn't doing a certain thing, it's like Everybody wants to use everyone for money. If you don't want to use everyone for money, everyone's going for looks. Anyone's going for I just want to have sex or I just want to casually date. Like I think I should just stay single forever because this generation is completely different. It just doesn't make sense. I think I'm done. Or I think I'm gay. I think I'm going to go with girls. I don't know. Come back later.
This is my 2026 cut list because I refuse to waste my time. If you happen to not be Persian but make zero effort into learning anything about the culture, you're cut. If you don't laugh at my dad's jokes that you've heard 100 times over, you're cut. If you don't know how to talk about your feelings in a healthy way without freaking out, you're cut. If you're a smoker, you're actually not getting close enough to even get cut. Excessive drinking, not into it, you're cut. I don't want to get gross on here, but farting around me is not allowed. You get one slip up per quarter, let it be an accident. If you're not a handyman, you're cut. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to ask my dad to come do it. Wandering eyes, you're cut. I just hate that I even have to say this because this is the way it is now, but any suspicious activity on any social media accounts, you're cut. Don't know what you're looking for, you're cut. If you don't take care of what you put in your body and how you treat your body, you're cut. Any glimpse of insecurity that's reflected onto me, you're cut. Commenting on any woman's body in any negative way, even if it's in a way to spin it as a compliment for me, you're cut. If we don't align politically, you're cut. If we're not learning things from each other, cut. If I have to try and guess how you feel, you're cut.
I'm cutting off men for 2026 update on how that has been going lately. So I'm a 24-year-old nurse living in New York City who was also single and was on the dating scene for 2025 after breaking up with my med school boyfriend of 2 years. That was a mouthful, but yes, that's how crazy my life is. I've decided to take a break from men in 2026 because I feel like a lot of them were just really irritating to me. They weren't pouring into my life and I was just getting upset and not focusing on the things that I needed to focus on. And this is how it's been going so far for me. So it's only the second week of January and I've already legally launched my own business in New York State, which is an LLC that I founded, which is going to be the parent company for all my DBAs. I've also been more happier. I've had a clear mind. I'm not waking up and arguing with somebody every single day. I've also realized that I'm totally capable of doing everything for myself that a man would never do for me. I've also been more successful with my businesses. For example, I've been posting way more on social media. My videos have been doing so much better on TikTok, which means I'm making more money on them. I also adjusted some of my ebook products and I've actually been getting more sales and making more money than I was when I was distracted in 2025. Mind you, it's only the second week of 2026. And in terms of mental health, I just feel like I'm in a place where I'm so much happier. I've literally woken up these past couple of days and I have just felt so much self-love for myself. I've also been in a space where I'm telling myself, I'm going to give myself whatever I want this year. So if there was an outfit I wanted to get, I bought it. If there's an event I want to go to, I'm doing that as well. I literally wanted to book a private jet for my 25th birthday. And instead of waiting on somebody to give me the money to book it, I literally booked it myself. I don't know. I just feel like by focusing on myself for only these 2 weeks in 2026, I have just become so much more emotionally stable. I'm so much happier. I'm so much more productive and I'm making more money. Am I completely cutting men off? No. Obviously, if I find the person that aligns with me and is meant for me, then that's God's will. But in terms of being distracted or entertaining anybody who's not adding to my life, I am not doing that anymore. And that is a little update on my love life. Love you and I mean it. Bye, babes.
Men are not difficult. What's difficult is pleasing you. Before, a man could court a woman, invite her out, and enter a relationship without much difficulty. But today they come saying that you need to have a ridiculous number of standards just to meet an average woman. The worst part is that they themselves don't even know what they want. They live looking for ways to ruin everything themselves. Everything is interest or money. Then you have to handle yourself the way they tell you. You have to be the way they say, only for them to say they're disappointed in you because you weren't even more than what they told you to be. That's why 50% of women at 30 will be single. Men have ended up thinking that life is better alone than with a modern woman. The wall keeps collecting.
If you're a woman, you have to stop dating men if you want to become a profitable trader. And I'm not even playing around when I say this to you because men are known to be energy freaking vampires, okay? Before I became a profitable trader, a couple months ago, I cut out every single person in my life that I was talking to, like flirting with. I was like, no, this is not happening. I need to lock in. The minute you stop giving your energy away to somebody else, you give that energy to yourself and your goals and you prioritize that. Like I became profitable in less than 6 months. The minute I stopped talking to men and cut toxic friendships. Like, I'm not even kidding. Give yourself 2 years to just lock in and build that skip, to then build that lifestyle and then do whatever the heck you want after because you can. I'm going to get hate for this and it's like, oh my God, she's a man hater. No, if he's not going to help build you, honey, he's only going to take you down. So pick wisely because no one's going to save you other than you. Thank me later.
Hey, bro. What? Oh my God!
I dipped my toes into the dating pool and I said, how bad can it be? How bad can it be? Dipped my toes got bit by piranhas. I'm not doing this ever again. Ever. I was supposed to go on a date, right? As you can tell, I'm dressed and ready to go. And I get a text. I get a text right as I'm about to leave, and the text is basically saying that he can't make it because his parents, on a whim, were just like, let's celebrate Thanksgiving dinner right now. Let's have Thanksgiving dinner right now. Right now. Literally, no food was ready. They just were like, let's have Thanksgiving dinner. And all of a sudden, they're having Thanksgiving dinner in seconds. I don't know how they prepared the food so quickly, but they're having Thanksgiving dinner right now. And so I'm like pissed because I'm ready. And he knows this is the kicker. This is the kicker. He knows that this is the one day I have available, right? We're on, what is it? It's October 11th. I don't have a free day until like mid-December, end of December, and he knows that. And so for him to basically waste my day because I had to do my hair, my nails, my makeup, find a dress, whatever, get ready. And he tells me right before I leave that the date's canceled. Right before I leave, I could have been studying. I could have been doing so many different assignments, but instead I was getting ready to go on this date that got canceled right at the last second, which is insane. And then, so he knows that the next available date I have is in December, right? So I said, see you in December. He goes, promise? I said, no. Because the thing is, I don't think I want to see you ever. I don't want to see you. I literally gave you my one free day. It's 8 o'clock now. I'm supposed to be, like, I was just supposed to leave. And I'm getting this? This is insane. Like, you should have told me earlier. If you didn't want to go on a date, you should have told me earlier. We didn't really talk throughout the day, right? But, like, their conversations are great. He's funny. You know, we talk and things, you know, convos are great. But the fact that he waits until the last second to cancel, and I can't even go out with my friends or anything because it's too late. It's too late to be like, hey, you want to go out? Because now they have to get ready, right? You know, they may be busy. In fact, a lot of them are already, like, it's just, and we all live in different places. So to meet up and go downtown, like, that's going to take time for everyone. So it's just so inconvenient and rude. And I know for a fact that his parents weren't just like, hey, let's have Thanksgiving dinner right now. Because when are you going to make the things? Do you know how long it takes to make a turkey? It doesn't take 2 minutes. And the way he said sorry was just, apologies, fingers crossed, not my apologies or I'm sorry, just apologies. Apologies.
You see the type of discourse these women have. The modern woman today seems to want men to become their wives because she wants you to join her life project. She wants you to be the one who gives her your money. She wants you to be the one who does everything for her. And in the end, she only takes care of her own matters and her own life. It's putting you in the position that the woman is supposed to have in a man's life. Remember that the woman has to enter your life project, add to your life. If she doesn't do that, she's only making you waste your time, king. About the last woman, I agree with her. If you're not going out, you call her the day before or sometime during the day, not when she's waiting for you to pick her up. That's rude. It's not gentlemanly to do that to a lady. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Why do more and more women say they can't find a partner in 2026? Do you think social media has changed the way men and women perceive each other in the dating market? If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.